Good evening, Math 3 Accelerated. Today we're going to start Chapter 10 for our book, and the beginning of Chapter 10, 10.1 talks about series in general. So I have a definition up here. A series is the sum of the terms of a sequence. So you guys studied sequences in a prior class. So a sequence is just a string of numbers that have some sort of pattern in between them. And so it could be just all the numbers in a thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or it could be 1, 3, 5, 7, which is all the odd numbers. Or it could be 2, 4, 6, 8, or it could be 3, 6, 9, but there's a pattern that belongs to them. That's what creates a sequence. A series is the sum of those same terms. And so that's what I got here for definition. A series is the sum of the terms of a sequence. We have a couple different ways we write sequences. The first way we write series is just by numbering them out here, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9, as many terms we want to add, and then the sum of that series would be 25. Another way that we look at series is using sigma notation. Sometimes we call this summation notation, but its real name is sigma notation. So sigma notation has this Greek alphabet letter here, sigma, and you'll see that this variable on the bottom can change, but these two variables should be the same. They can use I, they use N, they use K sometimes. The number on the bottom is the number we would start by plugging into our little equation right here. The number on top is the last number we plug in. So you can see right here, I kind of said that in this setup right here, sigma notation. I equals 3 to 7. We would start by plugging in 3 first, and then we would plug in 4, and then we would add that by plugging in 5, and then we plug in 6, and we plug in 7. And we would get that. When we do that down here, if I plug in 3, I'm going to get 3 squared. Then I plug in 4, I get 4 squared. And then I get 5 squared by plugging in 5. I get 6 squared by plugging in 6. And I get 7 squared by plugging in 7. And then I would simplify this out. 3 squared is 9. Plus 4 squared is 16, plus 25, plus 36, plus 49. And then I would add those together. And let's see if we can do that here real quick. So 9 and 16 is 25, 25 and 25 is 50. 50 plus 49 is 99. 99 plus 36 is 135. So the sum of the first 1, 2, 3, 4, or the sum of the 5 terms starting with 3 and going all the way 7 of I squared is equal to 135. And these numbers can change depending on what the person who gives you the problem wants to do. A lot of times you'll see them start at 1, or sometimes they'll start at 0, but in this case I just chose to start at 3. Once again, review: the bottom number is the first number we plug in, the top number is the last number we plug in, and we plug in all the numbers in between those two. And you're going to see these as whole numbers. You don't see this as decimal at all or anything like that. These will be whole numbers. And this part is the, I don't want to say equation, but it is the function that you're going to plug in those values of I. And then you add each one of those terms together to get that. So this is part 1 of the video, and I'll be right back. It'll be a separate video for part 2. Hope everything's going well. See you soon.